The e-learning industry is projected to hit about $1 trillion in the next 5 or 6 years in 2030. And that is mad. So that's why in this video, I want to show you exactly what I'm doing to position myself as best as I can in these coming years. And hopefully you can take some of these insights and implement them for yourself, because I think that this is going to be a very interesting time. I think a lot of people are going to go out of business. And I think that if you're not ready for what's happening, because there's a lot of shit happening in the industry right now, you're going to be left behind. Okay, so hopefully this video can help you out at least a little bit. All right, so what I have here is I have a few bullet points. I'm going to cover 3 trends that are emerging right now in this industry. I'm going to keep this super raw and just give you my honest thoughts and feedback. Okay, so first trend right now that I'm noticing is that direct response marketing, direct response advertising is completely dying. Okay, if you don't know what direct response is, it's basically where you run an ad straight to like a book a call page or straight to even like a payment link. Straight away, you're asking. That's the point. Okay, that is not working as well, and it's not working at all from what I've seen. Okay, a lot of my friends, they were doing direct response marketing. Every single friend or client before they came to me who I know who has been doing direct response has completely pivoted from it, or is at the moment pivoting, because they're just not profitable with it. Okay, and that's what happens in established markets, right? When a market is new, sure, you can just run direct and you can be profitable, right? Fine. But what happens is that the more established the market gets, that the more difficult it is to be profitable with these super direct advertising, right? Because buyers, they get used to being pitched the same thing over and over again. And they need way more trust, they need way more time with you in order to actually buy. Okay. And what happens is that the people who do buy from these direct advertising, from these direct ads, okay, they're not willing to spend as much with you, which means that you're not actually being as profitable, right, as you could be if you just added some more value in your approach. Plus, the cost per lead and the cost per acquisition is super, super, super high, because you're just asking straight away, and a lot of people just aren't going to be willing to buy straight away, right? So what you have is you have this really expensive cost per lead or cost per acquisition, and then you're making like no money, like $500 max on the back end, right? Because that's what I've seen people charge for people who run direct response. That's what I've seen that they're charging right now. You have this super high cost per lead, you have this super low ultimate retainer and lifetime value of a customer, and you're just not profitable. So everybody who's running them right now is either losing a shit ton of money or they're just breaking even. Okay, so what I'm saying is direct response is just not viable anymore. Okay, what you got to do is you got to start implementing more value in your approach, right? Which I've been preaching for like the longest time. Okay, so if you're running ads right now and you're not profitable, if it's direct, that's probably why. I've had friends who have pivoted from literally burning money down the drain with direct response ads. They literally changed it to more of a value-based approach. Same ad spend, same everything, same offer, same messaging. They immediately started getting a 4 to 5x return on average. Okay, just from pivoting to more value-based. So that is what I would do if I were you. Okay, start running ads instead of to a book a call page. Run them to a community, for example, to like a school community. You can run them to your Instagram, right, where you have a bunch of content. You can run them to your YouTube. Just make sure that you're giving your prospects something to consume from you. Ideally, the more the better, before you actually start to ask them to, buy from you. That's going to reduce your cost per lead a lot. It's going to build a lot more trust, and you're going to collect way more money on the back end in lifetime value, and then upfront as well. Your clients are going to just pay way more when you actually take this approach. Okay. Second trend I'm seeing is insane saturation. Okay, you're probably seeing this too. Right now, there's more and more coaches entering the space every single day. Competition is getting crazy and is getting super, super difficult to stand out, especially if you're in a niche like fitness coaches. There's like thousands of fitness coaches right now. Okay, it's super, super difficult to stand out. Okay, and my point here is that this will only continue as the e-learning space continues to blow up. People are going to see the opportunity and they're going to want to jump on the opportunity. Okay, and what's going to happen is you're going to have more and more competition, right? You're obviously going to have more and more demand, right? As people enter the space. The question is, will the competition outgrow the demand, or will the demand outgrow the competition? Okay, but either way, the way that I'm seeing things is that, either way, even if there's a lot of demand, if you're on Instagram right now, and you're posting shorts, like the millions of other coaches that are entering the space and they're all doing the same thing, you're kind of screwed, because you're going to be seen as the exact same as everybody else. And 99% of coaches are going to be completely broke, and you're going to have that 1% who are better than the rest. They're going to be taking all the money, right? Because they're going to be actually positioned as different, and they're going to stand out. Okay, and this is getting more and more important as more and more coaches are entering the space. So the main problem here is a lot of noise, essentially. Okay, and what we want to do is we got to escape that noise. Right, and I mean, on Instagram, you're not going to skip the noise. I think Instagram is great for running ads and everything, but you do have to build a deeper connection with your audience. You do have to be on more platforms and have more content out, and overall be positioned as different to all the other coaches that are on Instagram. If you're still posting like top 3 tips to lose weight, here's why keto doesn't work, or whatever your mechanism is, you're going to be left behind. Okay, there's just no way you can still post that content and be seen as someone who has value to provide, because there's thousands of people posting the exact same videos and regurgitating the exact same content over and over. Okay, especially in niches like fitness, but this is omnipresent. Okay, what was my point? So the point is, you got to take people off the platform, which is why what I'm doing is I'm completely like quadrupling down on my personal brand. Okay, I'm going to be dropping a YouTube video every 2 days. I'm going to see how that goes. I'm going to see if people are even willing to consume that much content from me. But either way, I'm completely doubling down on YouTube. I'm going to be posting a shit ton of content. As you can see, my most recent videos too, they're super long, super valuable, almost like free courses. So that is what I'm going to be doing. That is how I want to separate myself from noise, and I think it's super important to have some form of longer form content out, because the more time a prospect spends with you, the more they're going to connect with you. That's one, but also they're actually going to see how you're unique to the competition, right? There's no way to position yourself as unique enough if all you do is just post shorts, right? Especially if you're talking about topics that everyone else is talking about. Okay, you got to have some longer form content out there, which is what I'm doubling down on. And then another thing that you can do is making a private community, right? Getting people off of social media platforms and into your private community. That's also super valuable. So right now Skool is popping, and I think Skool is great. I'm thinking of making my own Skool community. And I definitely recommend you do so. I think having a really tight-knit and really loyal community and fan base is going to be super important, super valuable in the coming years. Okay, especially as I think coaching is going to get less valuable with time, but the community aspect is going to get more valuable with time. Okay, I talk about this in my recent content video, but basically with the way that AI is also headed right now, coaching it's good for now. You can still charge high ticket for it, but as the years go on, communities is what's going to become more and more valuable, and people with an audience, with a personal brand, they're going to really thrive. Okay, that is what I believe. Even multi-millionaires and billionaires are posting content. If you look at like Ray Dalio, he's posting content. He's like 77, 78. He's old, right? And he wasn't born in this age, but he's still posting content because he realizes how important it is, right? If billionaires are doing it and it's worth their time, it's obviously worth theirs too. Okay. So that was trend 2. And then the last trend, which is also a really important one, is that everyone is doing organic while it's completely dead. Okay, which I don't understand at all. Okay, of course, you want to be posting content, as I mentioned in the previous sort of trend that I covered. But the problem is that everybody's posting content and everybody's using it to try to get clients. Okay, and it's not working at all. You're literally, it's like there's a river, right? You can either flow with the river and enjoy the ride, or you could try to cling on to all the rocks that are in your way, right? You, by trying to do organic, you're trying to cling on to all the rocks, and you're failing to do so. Okay, everyone I talk to that's doing organic, they're booking like maximum 5 calls per month. The number that they say is usually like 3 to 5. Okay, like that is mad. You can't scale a business when you're only booking 3 to 5 calls a month, right? You got to be booking 3 to 5 calls a week at minimum if they're super qualified. Okay, but ideally you're going to be booking call every single day and multiple calls every single day. Okay, so I mean that's a problem, right? And I don't really see many people talking about it. They just think it's normal, right? And then these are the same coaches that charge like $200 a month. So you're literally spending the entire month of posting content to charge one client for $200 a month. It's just completely unsustainable. And it's not like people are just starting and booking that amount of calls. It's literally people that have been doing organic for years and they're still not booking that many calls and they're still doing it. And I'm like, bro, surely this is the definition of insanity, doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. There's a difference between actually building your audience and making progress and just posting content on Instagram that's just getting the same amount of views or less views every single time, and you're not actually making progress. You're not booking any calls. You're not really building a loyal audience on Instagram. There's a difference between the quality of leads on platforms like YouTube and the leads that you get from ads when they're targeted, and the leads that you get from just organically posting videos on Instagram. Okay, people on Instagram, people on TikTok, platforms like those, they're for the most part broke, and that is another reason why you're probably charging like $200-300 a month. Okay, we can't be doing that, as I said previously. What else? Okay, yeah. And also, if you didn't know yet, organic reach is completely ass, and it's been going down every single year. And this isn't just my speculation. This is confirmed by Instagram, confirmed by studies that have been done. Organic reach is going down year by year. And right now, I don't even know what it's at, but you can probably tell what it's at. Nobody is getting pushed. Some accounts are getting pushed, but 99.9% of accounts are not getting pushed out at all, and they're not getting any views, and they're not getting any clients. Okay, and you're fighting, and you're literally fighting nature. You're fighting the river by trying to cling onto it. Okay, there's absolutely no point for you to be fighting Instagram on this. Okay, and when you think about it, it makes sense, right? Because Instagram, they're a very established platform. They do not need more users. So they're just monetizing. Right? If you look at Facebook, like every 4 posts you have an ad, right? On Instagram, that's where Instagram's headed, right? And that's because they want to monetize as much as possible. And like 98% of Meta's revenue or Meta's profit in like 2023, I think, or 2022. Not sure where the stat is from, but obviously year by year, these numbers continue to be pretty similar. It was from paid advertising. Okay, so they're obviously going to push it, right? Because they want to make money. They don't need more users. So now they're just monetizing. So they're incentivizing you to buy ads by making organic reach complete crap and by making ads good. Okay, that is basically what they're doing. So if you're fighting against Instagram, I mean, good luck getting clients through Instagram. If you don't have client results yet, then I mean, sure, you're gonna have to do organic, you're gonna have to do outbound, because you've got to validate your offer and see if people actually resonate. But once you do that, once you have some client results, then you can just spam paid ads. Okay, and I mean, they're gonna work if you set them up right, if you have client results and if you have proof of concept. Okay, there's no reason why they wouldn't, right? But also it's a matter of setting them up right. And what I see most coaches doing right now is they just take their best performing organic post and they just boost it through the Instagram app. Not really gonna work, because guess what? Everybody's doing the same thing. And when everybody's doing the same thing, boosting the same organic post, it's not gonna work, right? And I mean, the line of thinking behind this also is your best performing organic posts are usually the worst sales assets, okay? Because the better a piece of content does, usually it's not that good at converting people, because people don't want to be sold, so they scroll when they see a sales piece of content. Okay, so when you see a piece of content do good and you try to boost that as an ad, that's completely the wrong way. In fact, I would argue that your worst performing post should be boosted as an ad. Okay, because that means that you're actually selling in these posts, you're actually talking about your offer, right? Because usually the closer a post is to your offer, the worse it does organically. Okay, so what people are doing is they're just taking their organically best performing post that didn't bring them any leads in the first place, and they're boosting as an ad thinking that it's going to get them leads. It's not going to get you leads. If an organic post isn't getting you leads without it being boosted, why would it get you leads after you boost it? Okay, it just doesn't make any sense. So, I mean, what you got to do is, if you want to run these ads, you got to actually script the post out like an ad and then run it, right? And unless it's a follower ad, you're going to want to run it through the Meta Business Suite, because you just have way more control, and you can set everything up just better, right? Because you have more control over the actual settings that you choose. Whereas through the Instagram app, it's good for follower ads. But the problem is that you just don't have that much control over, you know, the choices that you can make in terms of the targeting, the placements, all that sort of stuff. You can't really do much through there. Okay, so that is my rant. I think I covered everything I wanted to cover. Let me know if you guys got value out of this. I'm gonna try to keep this super raw, as I said. I hope this was helpful. If you want to learn how we can build out your acquisition system and then automate it for you to scale past 30K per month, like some of our clients, all our client results are on our Instagrams. I'll leave that link in my description of this YouTube video. You can go and check those results out if you like. If you want, you can book a call, see if we can help you out. If not, keep enjoying the free stuff, keep enjoying the content. I'm going to keep pumping it out. And yeah, I appreciate you watching. Hope you got value. Speak soon.